Hey, good evening, friends. I'm Vishwesh, and welcome to our channel, Cheese Alpha. One of the most interesting thing in the today's session was how we opened with a gap and continuing the yesterday's momentum. But during the day, we just stagnant in the range. So if I have to analyze today's trading session, then probably I would say that after opening a gap higher, you did not move anywhere, and probably you were just consolidating in the range. And if I have to tell you that it was 15,170 to about 15,070, so that's a 100-point band throughout the day you were consolidating. The one of the most important thing which I was able to read in the today's session was the way a market has proved to be a supply zone around a 15,170. So about a double topish pattern is what we noticed. Interesting thing, a huge call writing we have seen along with the put writing. And today's data has indicated one more time that how somebody wanted an expiry above 15,000 and below 15,200. It was a monthly expiry, and in a monthly expiry, the way heavier call writing has been written around a 15,200 turned out to be the zero. At the same time, 15,000 put also has gone to zero. So during the month, the move we saw towards 15,400 and all the way to 14,700. I think entire premium which people would have collected on the way of that side, that has gone zero. The bank nifty, as far as the bank nifty is concerned, my opinion is that the bank nifty was a relatively stronger, but still the put call ratio for bank nifty is about 0.97. And in today's session, dominance was clearly visible from the call writer. And now if I have to take a view that what is going to happen in the coming month, then probably we'll discuss the option chain of next week, and probably we'll try to analyze that what happens in the data front. But all in all, my sense is that 36,500 turned out to be a pivotal level. Around 36,800 in the last, 40 odd minutes, we thought that probably it will give a challenge to 37,000, right? And probably that is where we initiated 36,800 call option around 50 odd rupees, but eventually it went to zero. And that is the reason I'm not in a big favor of a zero trade. But at times people ask me, and my stance was that probably we could have pushed to 37,000 because we were expecting ICICI Bank to move higher from the current level. But the market does not behave the way you expect. Now, going forward, what should be the expectation? So, one of the most important thing which has happened in today's session, if you ask my opinion, it is the Reliance. Reliance has done a magnificent closing today, and the way Reliance has closed today, it is giving me feeling that any close above 2120 on the Reliance is pushing directly to 2350, 2400. Reliance has given a very, very huge breakout on the upside. I think Reliance has broken out from a November, December, Jan, 3 to 4 months sideways consolidation on the upside. And this sideways consolidation was 2100 to about 1800. So 300-point range is broken on the upside. That gives about a 300-point target on the Reliance. So 2120 to about 300 is like 2400 rupees target you're talking on the Reliance. Now, from option data perspective, if I talk about Reliance, I would say that Reliance in a March month is giving a very, very serious data. 2200 call option is having a 18 lakh 69,000 shares, and that has added about 6 lakh 38,000 shares. So when the market was going higher, somebody was still writing, and we assume that the when open interest adds up, it adds up because the writers are writing their position. So the way I'm reading right now is that Reliance 2200 call option has added an OI, and it is a clear indication that somebody is writing 2200. But in a very shorter term, 2160 is the close of a Reliance, and with a 4.5% higher in our today's session, I think Reliance is heading for much, much higher from the current level. The interesting thing remains about the Reliance is that the base that it has created now. So if you're long on Reliance, or if you're thinking to long or create a long on Reliance, I would say that as long as you are trading about 2100, the bias remains that the Reliance can go all the way to 2300 also. We were long in our live trading session. We have created a fantastic strategy, and during the session only we were making a fantastic. We had created a call ratio back spread 2120 or to 40. That was a very wide spread we have created, and it was working out to be a pretty good. My sense is that Reliance single-handedly can let market go much higher from the current level. So that is the one stock to watch out from. Other than BHL, now next stock we should probably discuss is the BHL. 10% move on the stock. The close is around 47.4. And as I'm going through the data right here in front of you, I'm getting a feeling that BHEL open interest is the highest in the last 2 years at the current level. One thing. At the start of Feb series, I have clearly mentioned that the BHL is heading for a 60 plus level. And I think with the stock coming in a bang and with the kind of a result which was expected to be bad, stock came down. And that is where I say categorically in a Z Business show, and probably I'll find out a video and share it with you on a YouTube or my Twitter handle. If it comes down, you should probably accumulate. And the way BHL is showing a signature of moving out of a large base, I'm feeling that BHL is heading for a much higher from the current level. My target on the BHL from a medium term perspective is 58 to 60 level. That is what I'm expecting on the BHL, because when stock moves out of such a big consolidation, that is what you should probably expect. 200 weekly level is about a 61 odd rupees. That is what you should expect. More than that, there's a strong trigger. There's a strong reason why the stock is moving. Government has indicated, Madam has shown, indication towards in a budget speech that they are going to monetize all the PSUs which are sitting on the, valuable assets. A land bank to be one of them, and BHCL is one of the candidate which has got a huge land bank. I think BHCL, but okay, one thing you should probably remember: you should not trade BHCL in a future where you are leveraged and you're probably not able to, hold on to the position because you'll be exiting position very early. You should think of holding this in a delivery. You should buy, let's say, 1,000 shares, like 47,000 rupees investment. 2,000 is like 1 lakh, right? 1 lakh rupees investment. Buy a 2,000 share, hold it in delivery. This can give you fantastic return. If you got a 5 lakh rupees, buy it in a 3-4 tranches. Buy, every day 1,000 shares and wait for it to give you a pullback sort of a thing. But this is the kind of a breakout technically, what I can tell you, and fundamentally there's a strong reason. It is telling me that I remember very clearly when SBI was around 180 level. At the time I was critically mentioning the 350 plus target, and I think now BH is heading for a much higher target. So this is the one stock probably you should have it in your portfolio going forward, and this is the one stock probably I would like to mention if you're going to trade in a future space also. So probably you could create a spread. We initiated a 52 rupees call option intraday on a BHCL, and it turned out to be a fantastic on a 15,000 almost profit on a single lot. So that way BHCL was one very good trade. Now, talking about today's trade, I say that in today's session, other than BHCL, some of the stocks which is moving fantastic is the Coal India. Now, Coal India is clearly moving out of a very, very, very large bottoming out pattern. So since April 2020, the stock has formed a very large reversal pattern. And probably if you can go and check out the chart and probably you figure it out, Coal India is heading for a 200 plus target, on a medium term perspective. My sense is that as long as Coal India does not go below 130, probably you should have a long. So BHL should be long in your portfolio, Coal India should be long in your portfolio. And the way the structure is suggesting, probably this is a delivery stocks. One thing, this is not a trading stock. You have to hold in your demat account in form of delivery, and you should hold it for a 3 to 6 month perspective. Because if you think to hold it for a trading perspective, 2-3 रुपए में आप निकल जाओगे. You have to buy it and hold it, because then only you will be able to materialize the larger gain. Relative risk is much lesser over here because of the fact that these are the PSU companies, relatively safer, though it has not been performing the way it has performing in the past. But I think recently the way the breakout and everything is coming, my sense is that the stock is going to move much much. So BHCL, Coal India, this is the two stock which was a fantastic. So in today's session, if I have to talk about the Coal India was almost 8% higher. Port call ratio is still very nimble, huge call unwinding. My sense is that Coal India in the coming series is likely to perform much better compared to other stock. So that is the one stock probably you should keep it in radar. Now, today's session, I also noticed a very good breakout in the chemical stock like Tata Chemical, UPL. Problem with the Tata Chemical is that it did not give any good entry level in the last few days, and probably that is the reason, in my opinion, stock is slightly overstretched. If there is any pullback, you can probably consider. But UPL is still looking good, and I think the UPL is moving higher. Now, talking about the oil space, the Reliance I have already discussed. One thing I would also like to discuss now is the ONGC and then Hind Petro. Now, in today's session, ONGC also moved out of the base. HPCL has moved out of a very, very large base. And if you ask me, we have created a very fantastic strategy on HPCL with a very risk defined framework. HPCL, first time since 2019, I think it's like a 2.5 year consolidation, is moving on the upside. 250K upper ka close on the first time since I think October 2019 is what I'm able to see on my charts. HPCL is heading for 300 plus. So we created 260, 291 is to 1 call spread at about our 8 rupees sort of a debit. My guess is that in coming days, along with the BPCL, because BPCL was also having a very nice breakout, I think along with the BPCL, HPCL is also likely to move higher. So I'm expecting BP to go to about to 500, 520. But HP is having a relatively a better risk reward of about a 20, 40 rupees from the current level. So now in an HPCL, you can create a call spread. In a bail and coal, you can probably think of creating a a delivery based position, and you should hold it. My guess is that today's session was a very, very good from a PSU perspective, because when we were mentioning about SBI at 180, everybody was laughing. The same thing has happened a few days back when I was mentioning about a Shriram Transport Finance. Now it is a time for a Coal India, BHEL, and probably BPCL and HPCL to move higher. HPCL particularly my pick in among the OMCs. Now, what else? In today's session, if we talk about some negative stocks, then probably let me go through them. I think Marico was having a pullback. ICICI Bank was having a pullback. In my opinion, Marico among the FMCG pack remains a preferred pick, and about a 400 odd level, I would like to look for the positional buy on the Marico. So that is something you should probably keep in radar. Now, ICICI Bank. In my opinion, the highest open interest was there today, and today's pullback, in my opinion, is clearly indicating a one thing, that in the next series, ICICI Bank is likely to move much higher than the current level. Now, the only thing which I would like to bring, and probably now I will start discussing, is that in a market, Nifty and Bank Nifty both daily charts are having some sort of a formation, which is not a good. So what is likely to happen? My view going forward, let's say next 5 to 10 days view, market will remain in the range, sideways consolidation, but stock specific moves will continue to go higher. And probably if there is any larger pullback in the market, then probably we should focus on the stocks which I have discussed: BHEL, Coal, Hind Petro, ICICI Bank, Marico. These are the stocks where I would like to focus. Now, overall, if you ask me, the data is conducive for the larger move, but we cannot rule out the shorter term pullback, and shorter term pullback should be used for a buying opportunity only. Now, let's talk about our next series, and where are we standing with the immediate 4th March options in a Nifty. So if you're talking about a Nifty 4th March option, I think the highest open interest is around 15,200 call option, about a 12 lakh 84,000 shares, which is at about 9 lakh shares in today's session. So I think 15,200 is the very important resistance from a data perspective. 15,000, which is the put side support, which is about a 13 lakh open interest, and today it did about 10 lakh. So 15,000 put and 15,200 call. This triangle is about 100 plus 120. So 250 rupees is what it is giving you. So the range till the 4th March is about 10,800 and 15,400. So this is the range you are playing out to be. My view is that more or less you are going to be a range bound in a 15,000 to about a 15,200, a slightly positive bias, because if the large cap move start moving higher, the market will not move down particularly. Talking about a bank Nifty, I think a bank Nifty 4th March options relatively lesser OI, but 37,500 is, in my opinion, an immediate hurdle, which is still 1,000 point away from the current level. 36,700 is the close, and on the lower side, 36,000 is about a 2 lakh odd share. So this triangle, 36 plus 37,500, 1,500 points triangle, is 300 plus about a 300. So 600 rupees is what is giving. So that range turned out to be 35,500 to 38,000, a slightly bullish range in my opinion. And just remember that Bank Nifty relative outperformance compared to Nifty remains there. So in a shorter term, if I had to do something, probably I'll have a strategy wherein I would create a call spread on the Nifty and try to have some sort of a theta decay strategy on the Nifty, and probably would like to hold on. Guys, I'm resuming my daily post market analysis videos now, and this is the first of many video that I'm going to share in a coming days and weeks. So far, if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I would request you to do so. Please like us, subscribe, and share us. Thank you so much, and wish you have a good day. Bye bye.